I was surprised because Cubby Broccoli was from Chicago, not from England. And anyway, during the meeting, they were considering Jacques Cousteau to shoot the underwater. And they said, why should I do it rather than him? And I said, well, when we shoot our shows, we're phonies. Everything we shoot is phony. And everything you're doing is phony. Cousteau shoots real stuff. So that's why you should hire us. And anyway, we got hired.
Yeah.
And that's
You were
how it
aware of the
started.
Bond phenomenon at that point? I mean, when they first said, you know, working on a James Bond movie, did you go yippee-ki-yay, or were you just like, yeah, get another job?
Another job.
So Neil Armstrong was the same way, so I
Yeah.
guess, you know. Let's talk about everybody here pretty much seen the film. Is there anybody who hasn't seen the film? Okay. We know that there's a scene with nuclear warheads being stolen from an airplane where they kill the whole crew except for one rotten guy who's with them, and they bring the plane in, crash it on the water, land it on the water, and then it sinks down. That, I was listening to a little bit of your commentary on the Blu-ray, and it stunned me to what lengths it seemed you guys went to achieve that. With you want to go on a little bit about the plane and being underwater, getting it down there, and then filming around it?
We were shooting off of Clifton Pier, and we had cables set up for the aircraft. And we used the cables that had to come in to land on the ocean. And the cables were a little thick. And when they saw the dailies, all you saw was an airplane with cables. So we had to redo it with much thinner cables. And we redid it, and it worked out fine. And we had underwater lights shining up so that when we shot across the water, you could see them glowing as it was landing. Once it landed, we cut to the real size aircraft, which we got a portion of it, all except for the tail section, that we sank at Clifton Pier in about 50 feet of water. And when we sank it, we had one of our stuntmen, Rocou Browning, sitting in the cockpit. And as it was sinking, it was supposedly the pilot, as it was going down to the bottom. And Courtney had an air tank with him. It was under his seat, so that you could, when he needed air, he could grab it and breathe from it. But he couldn't find it, and so he got stuck in there. And when we hit the bottom, I went in, and there was Courtney looking for his air, so I gave him some of mine. And he came out, he was fine. But after the fact, he passed out, and we found out that his heart rhythm was stopped. And we took him to the hospital, and it took about 3 or 4 days before they could get his heart beating right again.